Hey, Big Brother fans, we've got an eviction prediction video for you with two blindside options on the table as we have Brooklyn, Cam, and Chelsie on the block, heading straight from the AI arena into the vote. Tonight, Tucker has made it clear he wants his boy Cam to stay, but T-Kor is pushing for another vote flip, but she wants it to not be a blindside. But once again, she was talking a lot in private and not speaking up when she needed to when talking in the HoH room, but then she finally did. And so now we know how Tucker will react to her talk about Cam exiting. Let's dive into what happened overnight, who got really frisky under the sheets, and where everybody's planning to throw their votes tonight. Tucker is hoping that Cam is going to play hard in the AI arena, and Tucker spent some time coaching him, telling Cam he thinks it might be some sort of memory comp. But speaking of hard, instead of listening to Tucker, apparently Cam was going on about how horny he is. Okay. All right. Way to not have game focus. Tucker and Angela overnight solidified a final two. It's so nice when sons and their moms get along, isn't it? They actually joked about them being a showmance and how America would love it. I mean, and she does have that hall pass, you know, so she said. They want a third with them, and Angela and Tucker agreed Joseph would be a good choice for a final three. So they've got their final two, Joseph, final three. And of course, Tucker and Joseph also have a final two. And then Angela and Tucker were talking about a larger alliance to shield them that would include Makensy and Leah. So as a final five, that's a 3 alliance deep strategy. And Angela and Tucker agreed nobody will suspect them of a final two. And it's true. Most people think it's Joseph and Tucker in the final two. And they're not wrong about that either. Angela brought up Rubina, and he agreed he really likes her, but said he didn't come to Big Brother to get a girlfriend. It's a little too late, though, because of events that unfolded last night. Because Tucker and Rubina were spotted by a bunch of house guests trying to secretly hold hands under a blanket while together with the big group. And then Leah told everybody Rubina's bed wasn't slept in last night. And then this. On the night vision live feed, you know, that green cam, Tucker and Rubina were caught at it. Holy showmance Batman. They were making out in the HoH bed last night. And then it went further. They were rolling all around, him on top of her, groaning, whispering, little thrusting. I'm not going to speculate how far it went. I don't know how much clothing was on under the covers. He was definitely topless. We saw her thighs. They were bare. Anyway, Tucker was on top between her legs. It went on for a while. So not sure T-Kor is going to get her way with Rubina now that Tucker seems to have had his way with Rubina. And speaking of people who want Tucker's attention, Kimo was whining on the feeds about not getting enough time with Tucker. And then production, so evil, they did kind of a split on the screens where Tucker and Rubina were getting sweaty and Kimo was on the other part of the screen just looking alone. Production is so wicked sometimes. And my gosh, so many people begging for Tucker's time. Kimo, Leo, Makensy, Joseph, and of course, Rubina. All right, back to the votes. Once again, we have 3 scenarios. Chelsie versus Brooklyn if Cam wins the AI arena, if he can get his libido under control or redirect that lust into winning. Cam versus Chelsie if Brooklyn wins the AI arena, and Cam versus Brooklyn if Chelsie wins the AI arena. Quinn is willing to vote with the house. If Chelsie comes on the block, off the block, she said same thing, vote with the house. So Brooklyn can't even count on Chelsie's vote if it is her and Cam, the last two on the chopping block tonight. Joseph, Rubina, T-Kor, and Kimo were talking Wednesday night, pre-night vision cameras, about voting out Cam. They know it's not what Tucker wants, and Chelsie thinks that she'll do okay sitting next to Cam. She's, you know, I don't know about that, but Brooklyn is not going to do well sitting next to Cam because she is Tucker's top target still. And Chelsie told her she has to win the AI arena. She also told Brooklyn she's not going to throw the AI arena to her, but low key, it sounds like Chelsie might think about about it in a pinch, which would be crazy because this season should have taught people stay off the block or risk eviction even if you think you're a pawn. That's the way it is every season. So Chelsie and Brooklyn think that if Brooklyn wins it, they'll both get to stay in the game because they don't know, about the faction of the house plotting to evict Cam and try to keep them both anyway. So they're just thinking about it with the limited information they have. Rubina tried to bring up evicting Cam to Tucker when T-Kor and Kimo still hadn't brought it up. He was very adamant Cam needs to stay because Chelsie and Brooklyn are a huge risk to his game. He is not wrong. Leah is firmly aligned with Tucker now about keeping Cam if he's still on the chopping block in the final 2 nominees tonight. So as of Wednesday, before lights out, Rubina, T-Kor, and Kimo were ready to evict Cam if he's sitting next to Chelsie. That's 3 votes. Brooklyn would vote with them, giving them 4, and they think Joseph or Quinn might vote with them. And then they may have the votes to get Cam out. But then things were shifting. Rubina is all in with Tucker overnight. So this little side alliance she has with T-Kor and Kimo is probably not going to outweigh what she and the HoH have going. And even if they could get Joseph and Quinn, not having Rubina would cost them the majority they need. Plus, Joseph isn't going to defy Tucker no matter what he is telling those two. And then there's actually some more afoot with Rubina and Kimo together than T-Kor knows. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. So this morning in the BB26 house, Tucker made clear again he doesn't want Cam evicted. T-Kor was trying to tell him if it's down to Cam and Chelsie, she has a pact with Chelsie not to vote each other out as the last 2 black women in the game. Tucker was annoyed because he sees T-Kor's suggestion having nothing to do with gameplay. And then they cut the feeds for a couple of minutes. And when they came back, Tucker told T-Kor, okay, I get it, But if the others want to gang up and evict Cam by voting with T-Kor, it would be a blindside because Tucker's adamant and he's only expecting T-Kor to do the rogue vote. And it wouldn't even be rogue because she told him, but he doesn't know the other stuff she's been campaigning for. Since then, T-Kor has been working on Rubina to stick with them, but she doesn't know what happened overnight between Tucker and Rubina. And then when T-Kor was in the shower and couldn't hear them, Tucker's 2 closest minions, who both seem to be crushing on him, Rubina and Kimo, concurred. They will not vote against what Tucker wants. And that is setting T-Kor up to be the one blindsided, but I do expect a whole lot more game talk today. But as of this moment when I'm taping this, if it's Chelsie versus Brooklyn on the block, Brooklyn is probably going to be talking to Julie Chen before the end of tonight. If it's Brooklyn versus Cam, Brooklyn should still be having that Julie chat. And the big drama comes if it's Cam versus Chelsie. T-Kor thinks she's got the votes to get Cam out, but she may be surprised. Angela, Leah, Joseph, and Makensy will likely vote the way that Tucker wants. That's 4. And Kimo and Rubina just agreed out of T-Kor's earshot. They won't go against the HoH. So that would be 6 to vote Chelsie at a minimum. Brooklyn said she'd vote with the house, as did Quinn. It could be 8-1. If they loop them in, Quinn would vote to evict Chelsie. Brooklyn may also do it. And this could be a bloodbath, with T-Kor shocked to see her allies cave to Tucker, and it's a landslide but for her 1 vote. At the moment, Cam seems safe, despite T-Kor's ongoing campaign against him. Hopefully, he will play hard in the arena and get himself off the block. If he doesn't win, Brooklyn winning would be the outcome that causes the most wailing and gnashing of teeth in the Big Brother house and the most drama for us watching all of this unfold. And even though Tucker cannot play HoH next week, he is still wielding power because his minions are letting him. His social game came on so strong this week. Tucker knows he's a prime backdoor option as soon as the arena ends and an outright target, even if it doesn't end. But over this week, he has pulled Angela tight, Joseph tight, Leah and Makensy are on his hook. Kimo is starved for his attention, and Rubina is literally underneath him. So Tucker is in the best spot that a high-risk target like him can be in Big Brother. And if he goes out next week, well, At least he went out with a bang. All right, come back soon for more live feeds, insights, news, and more.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.